back to South Georgia home. I have been trying for the last week or two to do this video. Not so much a house tour at Christmas, but to show you some of my favorite thrift store, antique store, estate sale, yard sale, Christmas stuff that I have out and how it's decorated in the house. Been trying to get this done. We are a working house around here, so about the time everything's the way I want it, all the dishes are washed and put up and everything's dusted, then something comes up. My husband comes home, I have to cook, something happens. So we're going to try this tonight. I was waiting, been gone most of the day with my mother. I had to take her to a doctor's appointment. So when I got home, I started rearranging some stuff, dusting some stuff, trying to get everything like I wanted it. And then I started to wait for these trees, both the Christmas trees, to come on. And we've got lights that are on timers as well. So hopefully the other one's going to come on in a minute. But we'll start over here in one of my favorite spots. I don't know about you, but I always have one or two spots that I'm really proud of, I really like. And then some of them I just can't make myself like. I'm just not in love with. So there's one or two of those spots around the house. But we'll go around and start showing you stuff. I'll try to remember what's what. I won't remember a lot of prices, but I will try to remember where I got things from. And kind of show you where you don't have to go to high-end stores to buy things, or you don't necessarily need to use traditional Christmas stuff to decorate with, as long as it's red and green, right? So we'll start over here. Thrifted Christmas. What I should say is mostly Thrifted Christmas. This cabinet, if you remember, I bought this from an estate sale for 20 bucks here a few videos ago. That's over here in the corner. It has all my old pictures on it. And this one I'm kind of happy with. All of this, well, let's see. This came from an antique store that went out of business. So I only paid about $3 or $4 for it. It's a level, but it also has a ruler on one side. It's an advertising piece. It's one of those things that isn't traditionally Christmas, but it has that red patina on it. So, you know, I like to bring it out. These little bottle brush trees came from an estate sale. One of the things that I like to do, if we're there on the second or third day, they're trying to get rid of that stuff. If little incidental stuff like this is left, pick it up and put it in your pile. More than likely, you're going to be paying pennies on the dollar, or it's going to be free because people want to get rid of it. Just throw it on your pile. This came from, I'm pretty sure, an estate sale. He is Japan and cute. So this is one of the places I am happy with because I'm not one of those matchy-matchy people. It doesn't have to be brilliant and shiny. So down here is a crock that I bought at an estate sale. It has a big crack in it. It was 40 bucks originally. We went on the third and final day, and she said she was cutting deals. So I'm like, well, okay, how much of a deal are you going to cut on that one? And I think she sold it for 30 finally. I was kind of on the fence about it. $30 is still a lot of money to me for a cracked crock. Everything else around here is cracked, so why not? Anyway, the tree came from a yard sale, and it's sitting on one of those risers. In the last video that I showed you, we have a riser in there pumping up. All the ornaments on it came from my grandmother-in-law. Some of them are shiny brights. The rest are just really old. She's a wonderful person. She didn't mind. She wasn't using them. Thankfully, she gave them to me before Hurricane Michael because that shed they were in was completely destroyed, and she lost most of her Christmas stuff. She bought a brand new tree and everything to start over. This came from Goodwill just yesterday, as a matter of fact. Kind of gotten into this needlepoint tapestry look. And I've seen some before, and I didn't buy them, and then I was like, man, why didn't I do that? And then they would be in like antique stores for like 18 bucks. But this one I think was $2.99 at Goodwill. I brought it home and put it in my my delicates with my work stuff, my sweaters and all, and then just hung it up and let it air dry. So there's that one. I do like this section. I am kind of happy with that. So we're going to go in the bedroom. Now, I grew up, my mother only had one tree in the house, and it was in the living room. We didn't have trees in our bedroom, so when we moved into this house, I originally just did a tree in the living room. My husband decided he wanted a tree in the bedroom. If this is the same husband who not not only not puts one tree up, one bulb on a tree, he doesn't decorate anything. His extent of Christmas decorating is, I'm going to bring the totes in, I'm going to take the totes out. So he wanted a tree. Anyway, we bought this pencil tree at Michael's. It's been 8-9 years now. It's pretty good. We haven't noticed any bulbs burned out yet. Knock on wood. Now, I don't change out bedspreads. I don't change out curtains or shower curtains or anything like that. My husband, this is probably his favorite cover that we have because it is thin. I'll show you. It's just a thin one. I bought this at an estate sale for $20-25 here last year maybe, or the year before. Anyway, he will sweat. If it's anything more than this, he will sweat. So I always keep this quilt at the foot or something, a quilt, blanket, something. And it keeps my feet warm. And if it gets really cold, I'll pull it all the way up. Anyway, now, I saw this plate, this underplate, at an antique store. It's enamelware. It was $6. So I bought that. And I didn't want to wait until next spring to put it out. So I went ahead and put it out. And I said, you know what, we'll tie everything in together with blues. I don't traditionally do blues on the Christmas. But to tie in the bed with the blue in the quilt, and the blue in the sheets, and the blue in the shams, and now the blue on the plate, we put some of our blue balls. Can't really see them while the tree's on that much. When it's off, though, you can. There's another one. And then we have ones with white and blue. Now, the gold balls and the mercury balls, those all came from Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they're after Christmas sales. The tree skirt came from Hobby Lobby this year, and it hurt because it was $50 originally, and it was half price, so I paid $25, but that still, to me, was too much. That skirt is a little too big for that tree, of course. It's probably for a bigger tree. But it kind of looks nice, all quilted up in there. So this is pretty much all we have here in our bedroom for Christmas. So we're going to go, here's a shift robe. I don't know if I ever really gave you any look at that. The shift robe that we bought. And if you live in the South, here's your conundrum. There's a space heater for when it gets a little chilly. There's a tower fan for when my husband gets really hot. And yes, we do still have ceiling fans. They're not running right now, but we do have ceiling fans. So we go in here. This is some of my favorite things right here is vintage tablecloths, vintage linen, vintage cloth. I really like that. These were collected from estate sales. This one came from an estate sale here in my hometown. It actually fits my table, and it's in perfect condition. No stains, no rips, no holes. But I'm not using them this year, but I do want them displayed. So we folded them up and put them on the top of that basket. Now we have a little tree here. It's a metal tree, metal green Christmas tree, and it holds cards. I bought that at Hobby Lobby several years ago. I haven't used it in a couple of years, but I brought it back out just to hold the cards. Now, there's that pillow. I showed you that I got at the thrift store that I wanted for a pattern. So here's the main tree in the house. Most of the ornaments, well, about half the ornaments come from like Hobby Lobby or Michael's bought. The others we get from, like this one, came from the Biltmore estate when we went there several years ago. This one is, someone did that for my husband when he was a baby. So that's his. And then my grandmother-in-law gave me a pack of these. These are crocheted little white angels. And then this one is from Bellingrath Gardens from last year. This is our first Christmas as a married couple 11 years ago. Anyway, most of them are gifts or antiques, not antiques, vintage. These I don't think are really old. I think they're reproductions, but I got them in estate sales. Let's see, and I do like the blown ones, the blown glass from like Hobby Lobby. There's one. There's another. I don't do plastic on the tree. Not being snobby, I just don't like the plastic ones. If you have kids, I'm sure it's great. If you have a cat in the house, sure. But I moved to the present so you could see the tree skirt. It's more of a quilted design on it. I bought that at an estate sale as well. It's one of those things where I just made a pile and said, hey, how much? And I think I bought it and some curtains and a big basket and a couple other things for $10. And I really like it. Over here, we've got our snowman. Not partial snowman, but I put this up and I thought, well, it looks kind of nice together. I bought that one at Hobby Lobby a few years back. This one we bought at the Biltmore estate. You can see it on his little tummy, the Biltmore. And then we've got a Hobby Lobby candle. And we're going around here. This is one of those things that I can't get straight in my mind. I'm still not in love with it the way it is. I didn't like it the way it was before. I just changed it to this afternoon to do this video. This is a globe that I bought at a restore. I think it was $4. And then the brass candlestick holder, that one's the one that has a little built-in snuffer holder thing. This was at an antique store. The garland part, or the green part, was at an antique store. And I think it's one of those things that you drape over your mailbox because it's really, really stiff. I just added the sprigs of berries and the balls, Christmas balls, just to give it a little personality. And then these two came from Hobby Lobby years ago. I have not used those in my Christmas in a little while. So he's not too sure on his feet. He will fall over. I have repaired his antler before. So and the table runner came from the thrift store. I think I showed you that one in my husband's Bible. And over here, this is something that I just bought from a yard sale. You can see the head, the deer head on either side. There's a big old bowl of Christmas candy. Miss Ellie sitting on a Bible. My husband bought this box at an auction. Well, it was 2 boxes, and he really wanted the other box more than he wanted this one. And for whatever reason, he was cleaning out his office, and he came out and he said, "Do you want this box or not?" I don't want it. And I was already halfway through decorating for Christmas, and I was like, what am I going to do with it? But I still wanted it, and so we just throwed that in there. The snowman's sitting on one of those risers. I think I got them from Hobby Lobby after Christmas sale last year, and then just a poinsettia on the other side. Now, our table over here, it's another thing that's kind of thrown me for a loop. This is one of my little collections, how I somehow stumbled into small white off-white tablecloths. This is one of the 4 that I have. Of course, it's not big enough for the table, so we put it catty-cornered. And then we put these. I have no idea where these came from. I have no idea. I cannot for the life of me remember where I got these from. Don't know. I have a set of red and white ones I got at a Pottery Barn. This is, of course, not them, but I have no idea where these came from, so I can't tell you. And then my plates that I got from a roadside yard sale for $3. No, excuse me, $1 for 3. And we've got matching other stuff. And we've just got picks from Hobby Lobby. And then there's my nail apron. That's what I collect eggs on. I have to go out there and take care of the chickens. It's getting dark. And my grass cutting hat, which I could probably put up. We'll go this way. So, this is kind of the part of it that sticks out. To me, it just doesn't look like the rest of it. It's kind of like a mid-century modern deal. These 2 trees, this one I bought it in a estate sale for $20. This one, the tree part was in my mother's shed, but we never could find a base. I made a tree when I was in my senior year art class, but I don't think this is it. I don't remember doing the white on the edges, and I don't think it was this big. I think it was more that size. But we don't know what happened to it. And I did have to buy new stuff for it, offline, online, whatever. These, Goodwill, yard sale, estate sale. I got these little suckers at an antique mall, and they are plastic. I think I paid $10 for them, really, too much. Over here, we've got some Shiny Bright boxes. This one was given to me by my grandmother-in-law. They're not the best of shape. They do have a little rust. This one I bought at an antique store, and it only has 2 Shiny Brights in it. These 2. These are 3 that I put in it just to round it out. What was in it when I bought it was like a blue one, maybe other red ones, but they weren't Shiny Brights. So I got rid of those and just put 3 that I had in with the Shiny Brights. So that's just good enough for display. And then these I showed you on an estate sale haul. These I bought at a yard sale. One of the old light bulbs for the tree. Now I can say proudly, this is before my time. We did not have these when I was growing up. And then my little elf. And then these over here, my tri-corner shelf. This one is just mainly white and red. I bought this little one at an estate sale. Does say Occupy Japan. And then this, I bought at an antique store for $6, I think. This is a candle ring, as you can see. My grandmother-in-law, again, gave me that out of her stuff. Then down here we have, these I bought at an antique store. I think they were $2 a piece. My mother and her mother. My mother and my grandmother. Down here we just have some greenery stuck in with our rolling pins and a little flocked Santa Claus. Now, one of the places that I am proud of the Vignette is here by the sink. It's just a cardinal. It's a resin cardinal. There's nothing special about it. I bought it at Hobby Lobby here a little while back. These bowls I've shown you before from Goodwill somewhere. This, I can't remember now. Goodwill, I think, or an estate sale, I'm not sure. These came from Hobby Lobby. They're bells, of course. You can put them on your tree, as you can see. But we just put them here in this little ball jar. And then my cookie Christmas recipe book that I got in an estate sale. So it's one of my favorite vignettes. Isn't too Christmassy. And then over here, we have my accidental collection. Part of my accidental collection of aprons. The towel in the middle was from another set that I've had for a couple of years, and amazingly, the colors match up. Don't know what to tell you. And we always keep a towel out here for when you wash your hands. You don't use all that paper towel. These two towels came from the thrift store, I think, for $1 a piece. And then we have just our red handle spatula up there. Don't look too close at that stove. This is from a lady that I worked with. She passed away a couple of years ago. This was one of the first things I ever received from a coworker where I work at now. She retired. She passed away. She knitted everybody one for Christmas one year, and that's mine. So I wash it and store it and use it again the next year. So the last place I think I can show you is my husband's reading room, the bathroom. So now the last place is the bathroom. And this is, again, one of those things that I'm proud of. I actually like this little vignette. The flower frogs and the twine was here for fall. Just changed the color. I think I had brown scissors. Now I have those red ones, which I've shown you where I got those at estate sales. This probably came from an estate sale somewhere. It does say Japan on his little bottom. And then this is just a name tag that was on. You can see the hole right here. It was a name tag that was on a gift bag that I was given a present in. And I just took it off the bag. And then my mommy. It's weird to have your mother's picture in the bathroom. But I don't have a lot of Christmas pictures this size. And I do like that old brass frame and that kind of Art Deco insert. Then right here we have this little lantern. I think I bought it $5 at an estate sale. And then just picks from Hobby Lobby. This came from an auction. And then over here we have my sewing kit accessories. I bought that. It's full of pins. And then these were given to me this year for a present from somebody at work. So that's kind of just all green. And of course you're never complete without some Bath & Body Works soap. We'll try to do a better one next year. Hopefully I'll have more time, a little more energy to do it next year. But this is what our home and mostly thrifted Christmas stuff looks like. Please subscribe. Leave us a comment. We like hearing from you. And Merry Christmas.